I see you. Die hard. Trav. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, he need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gonna murder that.
Damn, what's good, guys? The Knicks podcast in the building. No Knicks game yet, man. Knicks play today at 8:45, man. So shout out to the Knicks. We're on a West Coast kind of swing or whatever we are right now. We'll get to that, tonight, man. The Knicks on a road trip. As you can see, we're playing the Houston Rockets. Should be a good game. We got a youthful team there, but it's gonna be up and down type of thing. We'll see what happens. Houston might be kind of similar to Detroit in a lot of ways. But they do have better guards, and I think their athletes a little bit more. I think they just have a little bit more. I don't know, pride. I don't know how to describe it, but I think they have a little bit more, gusto. Going to the basket and creating stuff like that. A lot of matchup problems with the Knicks as far as their wings. They have a lot of wings in Houston, so they could throw quite a few people at us, man. But that's for tonight. So for those that are interested in the game, watch alongs will be at 8:45 today. I'll start at 8:45 sharp. And we'll get busy with that, man. But let's get into some Knicks news here, man. As you can see, Karl-Anthony Towns and Brunson both averaging 26 points per game earlier on in this year. At least this week, they do like the weekly stats. So both was nominated for Player of the Week. Brunson had 26 points per game, 47% from three, 7 assists. Karl-Anthony Towns 26 points per game, 56% on the field, 61% from three, 11 rebounds also. So Brunson has been doing his thing, doing whatever he needs to do out there. He can score whenever he wants, so he calls his own number. Has probably like one of the biggest bags in the whole NBA as far as attacking the basket and stuff like that. But he has been passing the ball too. A lot of cute passes. Speaking of cute passes, Karl-Anthony Towns been a big part of what the Knicks do also, man. But rebounding has been rebounding and defense for Karl-Anthony Towns has surprised me. People keep talking about rim protection because they're still thinking about the 90s, but we don't play 90s basketball anymore. This is not the 90s. It's 2020 something. But I think Karl-Anthony Towns' defense has been pretty good, just as far as him getting out on steals, coming out, closing, stopping the ball, closing passing lanes and that type of thing. So I think the entire team has done a great job at that, so far. Speaking of passing, it goes right into this here. This is Walcry Frazier teaching the kid how to pass. So he was teaching the kid not to throw with one hand. So he told him to pass it back to him. What does he do? Throw it with one hand. He's trying to get him to do it with the two hands, and he's still throwing him with the one. It has to be two hands. So this is why you got to have camps. This is why you got to have kids here, and you got to have parents that to get on the kids to teach them the right way. I've been trying to get my son to do the same thing with the passing with the two hands. My son listens a little bit. My oldest son picked it up really, really, really good. My younger guy is a little bit not as coordinated as the other two guys. But he gets it too, man. So this is a kid that definitely plays a lot of basketball. But as big as he is here, definitely has his uniform or whatever he has here. The goats on whatever. So he plays basketball. So somebody has been doing this kid wrong here as far as the passing and stuff, the fundamentals. But I mean, kids are young. They're learning the game. They'll get it right, man. So it's good to see Walcry Frazier doing this thing here. I'm not sure if this is it looks like Kurt Thomas, but it's not though. It's like just I guess a person that's helping Walt Frazier out. But it's good to see Walt Frazier out there teaching the kids and stuff like that. It's good to see older Knicks in general, out there doing their thing. Speaking to Knicks doing their thing, man, what is this with this this Knicks City dances, man? I mean, doing a split and catching the basketball. I get it, it's just for clicks and to get their viewership up and that type of thing. As far as TikTok or whatever, because this is on TikTok. So I don't know what this does for you, but this does a lot for me, man. I need to see it in HD. I gotta turn the sound off. I blow my eardrums out. But I mean, Jesus Christ, the split catching the ball. I mean, what is this here? What is this? I feel like every year they get these girls to do something different like this, you know. And somebody like me with my mind and this channel, man. This young lady here in particular is the all-star of the video, man. Very strong. Yeah, yeah. Let me not get myself into trouble here, man. But let me get up out of here. But shout out to the Knicks City dancers. I'm been trying to get one of my nieces in there. She's actually dancing and stuff like that. But so if she ever becomes a Knicks City dancer, then I gotta stop my little shenanigans that I be having with these girls, man. But anyway, let's keep it moving here. As far as shenanigans, this is Tokyo here, Tokyo store, Tokyo Kith store, selling the Madison Square Garden New Balance. So we talked about this on the channel before. So I mean, it's cool to have a little drop. But I think these drops, these limited drops, and you have to wait online to get sneakers and that type of thing. I don't think I've ever been on it like that. I get it for the collectors. People collect sneakers and stuff like that. Sneakers right now, and especially years past, has been very popular with people just collecting sneakers and stuff. Especially Knick fans and stuff, loving the orange and blue type of things. You know what I'm saying? But it's annoying when limited releases get put out. I think Patrick Ewing's had a couple limited releases also. A couple other sneaker brands, talking about Nike Dunks and Jordans and that type of thing, have limited releases coming out in orange and blue sneakers. And I just think that sucks, man. I think that sucks. I think they should make things available to everybody, not put it out there exclusive to make people stand online, make people rob people and that type of thing. I don't really hear that as much as they did back in the days. I guess stick up kids probably looking to catch people that are coming out to store, but you don't really hear about that too much. People buy stuff online. They send people out there to buy stuff for celebrities and that type of thing. I just think that they should just do away with that. I think they would make more money if they made it more available to all customers. Would they lose money making it more available? Probably. So just the making the brand Kith like a brand name. And I just don't understand. I don't even know when that happened. That happened like a few years ago. Speaking of Kith, just getting into this is some of their things they're doing now here. They have these jackets that's coming out. So this reminds me again. It's nostalgic. Right now we got the fleece jackets and that type of thing that's becoming popular. I don't really see nothing special about this clothing and stuff like that. Kith clothes, tend to be kind of they're good clothes. I'm not going to diss their clothing, but I never could understand like what makes something valuable. Speaking of value, look at all the jewelry in the mouth and the ears and the wrist and the neck and the pinky. I never was into jewelry either. So my thing is like human beings make these things popular and put value on it, and it makes other human beings want to get it too because somebody else said it, that it's popular. So I just never could get into that, man. So anyway, just when it comes to something popular like this, like these leather jackets, they remind me of Averex jackets. So all these are leathers. The best one to me, I think, is the one that Brunson has on. He has the Kith logo there and stuff. I think that one looks pretty cool. But I mean, this is more nostalgic stuff. These are all jackets like that we used to wear when in the 90s, Averex and whatever other leather jackets they used to have back in the days, man. It's kind of cool to see the nostalgic stuff coming back, man. But just like the way that people are going crazy for, I can't wait till it drops. And then when you see the price point when it comes out, it's like who could afford this every single time? It's like you have Knick fans held hostage here, where they feel like they need to get this so they could show up to the game, cool or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like it. Things like this sell out immediately too. So it's kind of like, puts a bad taste in my mouth at least, man. I don't know if that's me quietly hating or what, man, but I just can't get with just what everybody's doing the same thing. I just can't get it. Well, this jacket is pretty cool. The Knicks logo big like that. It's interesting. Got the little snake skin print stuff. I like the blue one too. The blue one with the black background. That's pretty cool too. But I'm quite sure these things are gonna be like overpriced and limited. You won't be able to find it. They're gonna be sold out on the website and sold out in the stores quick. But it is what it is, man. But one person that could afford it now, man, is Mr. Hawkporty. He was drafted in the second round. They had him signed to a two-way contract, but the Knicks made him into a full one year guaranteed contract with an option for the second year. So shout out to Hawk Porty, man. So Hawk Porty's been he's been I don't know if if he earned playing time because the stats don't show it. The person that's getting the stats is Jericho Sims, but people seem to think Jericho Sims is trash. You know what I'm saying? But Jericho Sims is getting rebounds and playing well too. Hawk Porty had two dunks that didn't count. You know what I'm saying? He had one dunk in preseason, a couple dunks in preseason were pretty good. Rebounding wise and that type of thing, him being available, cutting to the basket after screens and that type of thing. He looks good. He looks like a good player, but he hasn't really had that game where he's like, "Whoa, did you see what he did to impact the game?" He hasn't done anything to impact the game. But the popularity, I guess, and just his work ethic with the team, stuff like that. So this is why they rewarded him with a full-blown contract. Not for nothing, the Knicks need to get their contracts up anyway because we don't have enough people signed. So I think after a certain time, Knicks must sign 15 players. So right now, Hawk Porty is the first person that got signed here. So there's a little look at Hawk Porty here in Houston getting that floater thing in. So this is something systematically that the Knicks have been practicing, having their big men come in and do floaters. Shout out to Hartenstein. Hartenstein basically perfected that last year. The year before that, he didn't really do as many, but last year he definitely perfected it. So this is like a shot that the Knicks deem important in the paint here. So you see Hawk Porty working on that. You know what I'm saying? Hawk Porty does a good job cutting to the basket, man. So I don't think he would necessarily needs this particular shot, but it's good to see him practicing it. Practicing it here with the Knicks staff. Moving forward here, take a look at the next player to be picked up. This is somebody that's been rumored to come to the Knicks for the longest time, Matt Ryan. You want to talk about three-point shooter? This guy is a big-time three-point shooter. Let's see if they got the stats here. I don't see the stats here, but I believe he shot 45% from three last year as a player. So 6'7". They got him listed at 6'7". Some places say 6'6". But the guy fits right into the small forward spot. Basically, the Bojan Bogdanovic, basically Bogey, the player that we had last year that we traded to Brooklyn. He basically would fit into that slot, but he's a little bit younger. Definitely has a little bit of athleticism to him. He's from New York also, so he's from the New York area. So this is like a good hometown kid type of thing, making good coming home and getting signed with his hometown team here. So there's quite a few people that I follow that actually went to high school with this dude, or actually know him from school, or just know him from around the way and stuff, which is kind of dope. So it's good to see a local kid, get reaching his dreams and stuff. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell, shout out to guys like that. But some guys are outpriced and we don't necessarily need them. We got Mikal Bridges and we already have Miles McBride and that type of thing. That's why we got rid of Dante. But adding Matt Ryan to the fold, I think he might eventually find his way into that backup small forward spot. Because you never can have enough shooting. And this kid definitely brings shooting. There's some videos here. They were comparing him to like Steve Novak or whatever. But this is a play that he had the year before, whatever, where he had like a game-winning shot here in the corner. Watch the room that he needs. You see him at the top of the screen, number 37, gets the ball here as time expires, just shoots it as he's falling out of bounds. So that's the type of player that he is, man. That jump shot is he's probably gonna be shooting like that to the day he dies, man. Shooters shoot. Let's check out some more highlights here. This is him with the Pelicans here. I don't know if it is him letting that rifle go. Get some quick shots here. And see him in the bottom of the screen, catch and shoot. Just typical shot. Nice little side, flick with the wrist there. Shoots into the shot, gets good elevation. There he goes at the bottom of the screen again. Good elevation on the jump shot. Side step, his feet pointed to the left, his hand is pointed to the right. So typical jump shooter there. Definitely good mechanics and stuff. So he's probably gonna be somebody that we can count on maybe later on down the road here. So I'm not mad at it. This is his form. Look at the form. Always elbow, always pointed towards the basket, eyes on the prize. Good looking jump shot, man. So shout out to the New York kid. As you can see here, it says Ryan shot 45% from three last year for the Pelicans. So it's dope to see him with the Knicks, man. So much love to Matt Ryan. Hopefully he sticks and does something good for the Knicks. Speaking of good for the Knicks, man, Giannis Antetokounmpo, man. This is what what you're here for to talk about with Giannis. So I know people were talking about the last couple of days. I didn't really get a chance to do it because just busy doing stuff like that. I didn't have a chance to sit down and go live. But Giannis, how do you guys feel about him coming to the Knicks, man? So the only reason why we're talking about it is because of Mark Stein. So let's talk about this. This is Mark Stein's article here. It's on a Substack. So he requires you to pay for the subscription. So I'm not going to do that. Substack and some of the other guys have other stuff, Patreon and whatever, and other articles too that you have to pay for New York Times, and other different publications. I'm not paying for articles, fam. Because we got guys like State. Shout out to State. He has Substack articles that are for free. There's plenty of good writers that put our stuff out there for free. So I would prefer to read those articles, man. If you like Mark Stein and you feel like you want to get an insider's look on it, but most of like for articles that I have seen from him, it's basically his opinion. Just like this might just be his opinion too, because I mean nobody else really reported on it. They just reporting off of what Mark Stein said. But Mark Stein has a name, and it is what it is. He also works for a publication, also, so that goes without saying as well, man. So again, just like I was talking about Kith, sounds like I'm hating, but I'm not hating. These guys work for publications. If you work for publications, you put stuff out, information out there. You have a backing that legitimizes you. But when somebody else says something and they don't have that backing of a publication, you look like an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So, the publication makes you not look like that. But anyway, a little backstory here. They're playing the Cavaliers, it seems like today. So the Bucks are actually 1-5, and Giannis is not playing tonight with a thigh injury. So I mean, this starts off the season pretty bad. And if these guys end up going 1 for 10 or something like that, the Giannis might actually start asking for a trade. You know what I'm saying? So Giannis asking for a trade would completely blow the NBA up. So of course this is a Knicks podcast, right? So got to put it out there. I guess we'll talk about that first. Giannis, how do you guys feel about Giannis to the Knicks? So the topic of conversation, who will we trade for? We will have to keep Towns. We will have to keep Brunson. Giannis, if he came here, he wouldn't be the number one option here. Giannis still does a lot out there, on the basketball court. But if he did come here, he would have to fit in with the way that we've been playing. And the way OG's been playing, very clunky out there, falling on the floor, losing his balance and stuff. But defensive wise, he's just right there. But the Knicks don't. The Knicks need help rebounding. Karl Anthony Towns does a great job rebounding where he does it, but we actually do need some extra help out there on the rebounding tip. And Giannis is a walking double double coming into the league here. He's coming into the gym. So him coming to the Knicks actually would help out that thing, and we wouldn't lose defense, and we wouldn't lose that attack going to the basket in the fast break. So defensive wise, we wouldn't lose. Like I said, passing we wouldn't lose. Fast break attack we wouldn't lose, but rebounding we would gain. What we would lose is 3-point shooting. Giannis is not the best 3-point shooter, even though he's been trying. But in a team like this, Giannis wouldn't have to shoot threes because we have other guys that can shoot threes. You know what I'm saying? So would it work for the Knicks? Yes. The issue is how the hell would a trade for Giannis even look like? What would it even look like? So you would have to go to a trade checker. So shout out to other people out there that have been saying, "Oh man, well here come the trades, here come all the trade checker stuff and whatnot." But it's worth talking about. It's definitely worth the air to talk about because, like I said, a Giannis trade will completely turn the NBA on its head because somebody is going to be stacked really high and they're going to be favorites to win the championship if they was able to pull out a trade for Giannis. So right now, Giannis has a 4-year deal here. $48 million for this season with 4 years left. The contracts match perfectly between Karl Anthony Towns and Giannis. But the thing is, like I said, that trade wouldn't work. For the Knicks, it would have to be OG. I think OG would have to go. OG just signed his contract, so he can't be traded, I believe, until December 15th. So that's something to look forward to, like let's say like next year or the trade deadline, if the Knicks were to do anything. So I'm looking at Ginobili here. So put Ginobili in this trade. You got Giannis on the other side, right? So we have to match salary because the Knicks are right at the apron. So 48 and 36. So you would have to add at least $10 million to add to this trade here. The person closest to it is Mitchell Robinson. So Mitchell Robinson, I would add to that trade easy. So right there, I said players cannot be aggregated in this trade because the second because of the second apron. So I mean, this throws it out there. So I mean, take a look at excuse me, the Bucks are at the second apron. You know what I'm saying? So money wise, 50 to 48. If it didn't have anything to do with aprons and stuff like that, this could work. But if the NBA wants the trade to go through, and I'm quite sure the Knicks could finagle something also, a trade like this could happen. As you can see, 50 and 48, the numbers are very close. You know what I'm saying? So I would do an OG and Mitchell Robinson for Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Would the Bucks do that? Also, the Knicks don't have any draft picks. We traded all of our draft picks for Mikal Bridges. So this conversation, as far as the Knicks is concerned, it kind of doesn't make any sense. To tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? Would it be nice on paper? Yes. Would it work? Would the Knicks be favorites to win the championship? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? With Giannis, Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, we still have Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart, and Deuce McBride off the bench and Precious and all these guys too. That would make the Knicks like an all-star team, and we'll probably be favorites to win the championship, no doubt about it. But like I said, logistically, making the numbers work and all this stuff, other stuff, I don't think it would work for the Knicks, to tell you the truth, man. Going forward here, let's take a look at what else I got here. That's the Substack article. Let's take a look at some other teams here as far as odds. This is Vegas odds here. It says Miami Heat has the best chance to get them at 150. Brooklyn Nets at 210. Houston Rockets at 400. San Antonio Spurs and also Memphis Grizzlies. San Antonio Spurs has a lot to give. They have a lot of their draft picks and they still have a lot of different players to add to the roster too, to add to a trade. So they can actually give a bulk thing. So the Bucks actually will probably prefer a trade from San Antonio because they would be able to give so much talent and draft picks, the stuff that they want. As far as Memphis also has quite a few players there that they could trade to the Bucks to help them restart. They just drafted like that 7 foot two guy, 7'4" guy, however how tall he is. They have quite a few other people they can add to that mix there to make to just to put John Morant and Giannis on the same team. You know what I'm saying? That would be incredible. What else is here? The Houston Rockets also, they have like a plethora of small forwards and young players to trade. But after they do that, their roster will be gutted, and they basically don't have anybody else to add to the team to make them a playoff team. So the Houston Rockets, I don't necessarily like that. The Nets, on the other hand, too, but they have a lot of young guys as well, a lot of draft picks in the stable, so they could probably make a deal also. But the thing is, who would Giannis be playing with in Brooklyn? That's the problem. So the Brooklyn will have to sell their soul again to build another super team to make it work. Now, as far as Miami, just looking at him in the jersey here, taking a look, looking at this picture, I don't necessarily like the way it looks, but I could totally see Pat Riley putting something together to make this work for to get Giannis in Miami. They got Vasquez. Vasquez is always hurt. I believe they have most of their draft picks. I don't know if they traded a lot of their draft picks and stuff. But him going to Miami, just the way that it sounds like a good idea. But I'm not sure if they can get the money to work together. As far as like trades and stuff, they do have guys on Miami that, if I could put up their roster real quick. If you look at Miami, take a look at their roster trading with them. They got Butler for Giannis is a straight trade. You got Bam Adebayo, you got Tyler Hero that makes 30 million. You got Terry Rozier that makes 24. So they got options. You got Duncan Robinson as a contract you could throw in there just to make numbers work. You know what I'm saying? So they do have guys that they can put in the mix there to get Giannis. Would that make Miami a contender per se? I don't think so. I think it basically makes them, a little bit better. Definitely makes them a little bit better, but it just really depends what they put in the trade. One team that I really think would be a sleeper to get this guy, and he's not listed in all of these Vegas stats here, is the Cavs. If the Cavs really, really wanted, really was motivated to get Giannis, they have players that they could throw at them. I'm not sure if they have draft picks. They have 10 picks, it says here. So they have 10 picks to trade. That's according to this, 10 picks to trade. They got guys like Darius Garland, they got Jarrett Allen, they got Karis LeVert, they got Mobley, they got guys like Isaac Okoro. They got plenty of guys here that they could throw into the mix there to make the trade work. So money wise, Garland right away just makes makes it close. And then you add a Karis LeVert to that mix there. Now you're right there at $48 million to be able to trade for Giannis. Of course, they probably would want an Evan Mobley. So add an Evan Mobley in it. So just Evan Mobley right off the bat, and say Darius Garland is enough to make a trade for Giannis. And if I was Cleveland, I would be happy with that because you get yourself a decent point guard. You got Garland. Maybe trade Damian Lillard to Miami or something like that to try to get some more young pieces to rebuild your roster. That's what I would be thinking if I'm Cleveland, because even though Cleveland is 7-0 right now, they're 7-0, they haven't lost yet. Their team is trash to me. When the Knicks played them, the Knicks kind of took their foot off the gas against Cleveland. So the Knicks should have beat Cleveland. But Cleveland, they came at the end, they beat us fair and square, but the Knicks kind of gave them a shot to win. So this is the team that I would probably be a little bit shook if Giannis made his way to Cleveland, because you're talking about Giannis, Donovan Mitchell, and whoever else they can salvage here in this mix here would probably be a decent mix there. So it's interesting to me. I do kind of like some of the teams. Somebody mentioned Golden State. One of my friends mentioned Golden State. So Golden State is also another team that would be interesting. But Miami's interesting. Golden State is interesting. What else I mentioned? Indiana Pacers is an interesting team also. Brooklyn. Somebody mentioned Toronto Raptors at work recently. So there's quite a few teams that could benefit from this. But I'm just talking about teams like Cleveland. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat. Even the Bulls could put together a package as well, man. So I mean, there is a trade out there for Giannis. If Giannis really wanted out there and they gave him like 5 teams to choose from, I think Giannis really a package for him could really happen. And if it did happen, even if it's not to the Knicks, which I think is like a long shot going to the Knicks. Even though if Giannis doesn't go to the Knicks, him going to any team in the East would definitely put the East on his ear and definitely make whoever team gets Giannis one of the favorites for the championship, man. So Knicks got their work cut out for them already. But if Giannis changes zip codes, that this is just gonna add like another uh you know keg to the peg to the whole pie here. So anyway, just want to give my two cents about this Giannis trade. We're smoke this fire. Like I said, right now Giannis is out, so they're gonna be losing games now. So like I said, if they fall too far behind the 8 ball, the organization as itself might need to just start to make changes. And not only Giannis might need to get out of there, but Dame might need to get up out of there too. And they could just start fresh and that'll be better for the league. They already won their championship. Right now they're floundering, they don't know what to do. So just blow it up. Blow it up. Let Giannis go where he's gonna go, and I'll just rebuild from there. I think that would be the best thing for the Bucks. Well, we'll see what they do. Anyway, this your boy Diehard Evil. We do have a game today. Like I said, the Knicks do play today at 8:45. So the Knicks are playing Houston Rockets. So if anybody's interested, please come back at 8:45. We got the Diehard Knicks uh watch along. I'll be doing a full watch along play-by-play situation. We'll talk more about this stuff that we talked about in this podcast, some more local stuff with Matt Ryan and how those things fit, and then we'll talk more in depth about what's happening with the Knicks out there too. And I'm very anxious to see how we play against this young team, Houston Rockets. Like I said, they're a gritty team, a prideful team, athletic team. So we'll see what they do. We'll see how the Knicks respond to a team like that, man. So that's pretty good. So anyway, shout out to everybody that popped in. We got Daniel Berry Sports, we got Kareem Grant, we got Kevo One in the place, Nostalgic Knicks on deals in the place as always. What's up? What's up? Please follow him on Instagram and on TikTok. What else we got? Yeah, Kith is to me like if I didn't know what Kith was, I would think they were like a bootleg company to tell you the truth because they kind of like copy a lot of styles from the past and copy a lot of other people's styles too, man. But anyway, the Kith name, especially with the Knicks too, the Knicks are definitely pushing their brand out there. Is this what's making them popular? So people need to have it because that's on everybody's tongue right now. Pause, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just not one of those guys. I'm not gonna just spend all my money just to get stuff. I got a family and stuff. But aside from that, I think I'm over that. But I could totally see something like this pulling young people in just to grab some bread, from people. So anyway, sliding down. Yeah, man, the Greek. San Antonio is very interesting. San Antonio is very interesting. We'll see. They got a lot of young guys, a lot of draft picks and that type of thing. But we'll see what happens, man. I'm just looking at the time here. Right now, the time is 7:35. Game time is 8:45. Shout out to Harlem CEO. 8:45 today. So I'll be back in about an hour or so to hang out with you guys. Whatever. Right now, I gotta get something to eat. Gotta play with the kids and stuff. The kids are actually off tomorrow because tomorrow's election day. Please get out there and vote if you can. Right now, it's like the better of two evils, man. Both candidates suck. You know what I'm saying? But you have to choose who you think is best to lead the country. You know what I'm saying? Certain people I can't get behind for one way or another, man. So you just have to you have to follow your heart, in my opinion. In an election like this, you got to follow your heart. And then the election we have, man, we really have to demand a proper debate. Demand a proper debate. Demand more candidates out there that we can actually talk about issues rather than all this cult shit that's happening out there on both sides, not just from Trump's side, but also from Kamala. It's a lot of cult-ish things happening out there, man. And I just wish that it wasn't like that. But it is what it is. You have to vote. You know how many people died for the right to vote? You know what I'm saying? Talking about the civil rights movement that people don't want to take out of schools. You know, so listen, man, vote accordingly, guys. Please get out there and exercise your right to do that. So anyway, you also have the right not to. So it's up to you, man. However you think, whatever you think is right, that's what you should do. Anyway, this your boy Eru. 4 fingers to the four, tucking the thumb salute. And I'll catch you guys in a couple minutes, man. We got Knicks and the Rockets at 8:45, and I'll see you then. Peace.
Eru, I see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard, homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves, and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team, man, he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer, that's